going, guys? So I know I said I was going to be working on the Z-Knot logo, and I am doing that, but my buddy Dan presented this idea a while ago about him bringing this like mystery item over to my house. I don't know what's inside the bag, but he said that he thinks that I could come up with something really cool to make out of it. So I guess I'm revealing it right now just to see what it is. I'm kind of nervous, I don't know what
it's already open.
What the heck? Oh, okay. So whatever we do one way or another, we're pretty sure we're just gonna have to take off the metal blades from the bottom of the shoes. So what I'm gonna do, pull out the sole of the shoe, and then you can see the tops of those, I don't know, what are those called? Leather rivets? Whatever those are. You gotta drill through those in order to pop these out to avoid having to cut those off with an angle grinder and risk damaging the blade. And then this should just pop right off. To be able to get to those rivets a little better, we're just going to take a regular box cutting knife and just cut along the bottom of the leather part of the shoe right there. I can hear all the professional box cutter users now.
Never cut towards yourself. If you slip, you'll cut yourself. I've been cutting with box cutters since I was 6 months old.
This is impossible. Now that we've got the tops cut off, I'm just putting a little bit of oil on it to help it cut a little bit better. You don't have to do that, but it prolongs the life of the drill bit. And now, put your glasses on. Just have to drill out all these rivets. Rivets that stay behind, you just pinch them with some pliers and twist them out. And now that I've got the blades removed, I've got this assortment of nuts, bolts, washers, and lock washers. They're all 3/4 inch, and this is 4 inches long. So what you do first is you're going to take one of the washers, put it on top of that part of the blade right there, and then you're going to put this one on top right there. That goes there, and then you tighten that down. You can move that up to the top. You just tighten down the nut until the lock washer is flat. So if you guys remember from the armor build video, I cut the arms off of that motorcycle padding so that I would have the option to make gauntlets and vambraces and stuff for it. So I have those pads right here. We're going to incorporate it into the Ice Skate mod. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this zinc-plated steel punched flat bar, and we're going to cut out probably a 6 or 8 inch strip of it, and then we're going to bend it into a curve. We're going to rivet it onto this back part right here, so we've got that curve right there, and then we're going to attach it onto the elbow pad. Even drill any of the other 3 holes, I pop the first rivet in it to make sure that I can get this lined up straight, and that's when I drill through the holes and pop the rest of the rivets. Now I have to make the bends here and here. And now that we've got the zinc plated steel punch flat bar bent like that, then we're going to put it on here and use a Sharpie to mark where we're going to drill our 1/4 inch holes. So now we're going to take a steel 1/4 inch rivet and a fender washer, put it on the rivet. Put the rivet through the hole that we just drilled, and then we put the rivet through the zinc flat bar. Put the next washer on top of that, and then I use a couple of clamps to sandwich the 2 washers together, and then I just pop the rivet. Man, these steel ones are tough. Now we've got this 1/8 inch steel plate. We curve the edges a little bit by clamping it in a vise and then hitting it with a hammer. And now what we're gonna do is drill a couple holes here and then one here, and then just put some steel rivets through it. And now for the handle, we take some 3/4 inch PVC, slide it on, and then slide another nut onto it. We polish them up. Now we'll give them the usual flat black paint job. Then we hang them up to dry and go watch TV. Then once they're dry, just peel off all the painting tape and they're done. You just slide your arm in through here, grab onto here, and if you need any further explanation, you have problems. And some of you guys might be wondering why we didn't sharpen the ice skate blades, but basically the reasoning is the same as behind the bone splitter. You swing this, the force generated behind swinging it is translated into this tiny little contact point, and that spikes up the PSI really, really high, and it makes it really easy to break through bone and stuff like that. But keeping it blunt makes it really difficult for you to accidentally cut yourself. So in short, it's really easy to hurt something else with it, really difficult to hurt yourself with it. And a cool feature on these is that the ice skate breaks are pretty terrifying. If you're gonna wanna do any cutting, you're gonna wanna do it with these. I've noticed that when you take these and you just barely touch them against your temple, you can really tell that it's not gonna take much force to draw blood. So if you were to actually throw a punch into like a zombie skull, there's not gonna be a zombie skull after that. And if he's like getting way up on you, like a little too close for comfort, if you throw one of your fists into his mouth, dentures are not gonna fix that. And also just the intimidation factor of it. If you're fighting a regular unarmed person, if you just get into a regular boxing stance, nobody wants to throw a punch at this and risk breaking their hand. So if you just get into a stance like this, there's a much higher chance that the person is just gonna run away rather than stay and fight you. Especially if they're wearing all this jagged body armor, there's really no way an unarmed person can even fight somebody like this. Like, what are you gonna do? Punch him in the arm? And now you can't even do that.
If you wanted to, you could go with the paracord wrap, but we decided to go with the PVC pipe and the nuts because you can actually unscrew the nuts so you can later on add on something like a small shield or buckler. I hope you guys like this build challenge video. I think Eli did a pretty good job. If you guys want to see more of these build challenge videos in the future, let us know in the comments. And if you guys actually have any suggestions, let us know and I'll pick something in secret for Eli to make.
And like I said, guys, I'm still working on the Z-Knot logo, but some complications came up that I can talk about in a later video, like a vlog or something. So I'm not entirely sure that the shirts will be able to come out with this next YouTube paycheck, but you guys know I'll always try my hardest and I'll get it to you as soon as I actually can. So yeah, that's all we got. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.